Hey, what up guys, how you doing? It is Nasty here. Welcome to a new episode of The Road to Glory. We're up to episode number 95 now, and I left you in the last one where I played my final games of the weekend league from the previous weekend, and well, it'd been alright, but you know, it took me 10 games to get 5 wins, which is the benchmark of what I normally aim for, just so I can get a few coins and stuff. So today what we're going to do, because obviously we're not the sort of person that plays loads and loads of weekend league, it means that I can't just automatically qualify by hitting like gold 3 every week. So I will need to go on into the tournament, and we'll start that later on in the episode. But I thought there's a couple of players right now out there in SBCs that I need to get my hands on, and it's these two purple lone players. It's Kante and Ali. I think I nearly hybrided them together to say Cali, which, I mean, a hybrid of both of those players would be pretty cool on FIFA. But yeah, we're getting the loan versions because it costs like 5k for each of the two SBCs, and you get them for 5 games each. Now, I'm not going to use them until like I really need them, because of course they are superb versions of the ones we've already got, and I've only got 5 games with them. So we've got Ali right here, and he'll just sit in the club for now because I'll use them at some point in time when I feel like I desperately need them. And then this is the squad that I've used to get Kante, roughly one of the cheaper ones at the time. Just had to go out and buy a few players, and I only actually had one player out of both those SBCs in my club, and that was that Cosiello guy at Cam that we're just playing as a centre mid. So I had both of those SBCs to do. We've now completed them. That's the one thing I definitely wanted to do in today's episode, because I saw that the market had come down quite a bit for the lower rated players. I definitely didn't want to complete it over the last couple of weeks, because with like the guaranteed team of the tournament stuff that was out, it was like the lower rated chunk of players in the game were actually a higher price than like the really high rated players were coming down in price, but the rare gold players from like 78 to 83 rating were super high price. So I definitely didn't want to do it then, but those prices seem to have come right down now, so it seems like a great time to do it. And there's another SBC which I've been putting off for a while, which is European Tour number 2. Now that's another one of these SBCs which has been increased in price simply because of that lower bracket of the market being expensive. Now because they've come down, I reckon on average seems to cost around 45,000 coins to complete. Now at the start of this coming out, it was saying like 65, 70,000 to complete. So I think I spent 46,000 because I started on like 87k right there, and we're down to like 41 now. So yeah, I think the maths is right that I spent 46,000 coins, and I pretty much had to buy everyone. I think there's only one player out of the 4 teams that I didn't have to buy, and that was Herman, the German, who's in this particular team right here. So it's a relatively costly SBC. I don't think it will ever get much cheaper than this right here. So like 45k is kind of a decent benchmark. Knowing that you're getting so many coins worth of packs in return, I felt confident that even if we didn't get anything, we could like break even. So our break even point of course would be 87,000 coins, and that would be me just selling players on, because the consumables like the squad fitnesses and whatnot, as you guys know, I'll keep in my club because they're what I use now that I've only got one major team. So I've completed both of all 3 of the SBCs that I wanted to do for some time now, and we're going to get a 50k pack for completing the overall European Tour number 2. So we start things off with a Jumbo Premium Gold Pack, which is of course 15,000 coins worth, and we get Jardel, who is a player that I actually did just buy to help complete the European Tour, I think it was, and well, he's more than normally expensive, so he's someone that I can definitely flog on. And I got quite a lot of players in that pack, so they'll all go on the transfer list. And what I do here, I'll probably skip it in a second, but like injury cards which I won't necessarily use, and like squad fitnesses, well, squad fitnesses will come into the club, rare contracts and those injury cards will go up on the market, and I'll just try and rinse it like that and keep the really important stuff for myself. So the next pack we get is not a great one, I'm not going to lie. You know, it's a 77 rated rare gold to is the best player in the pack. I think that's my mega pack as well, like a 35k pack, and we get a 77 rated. So not the best of luck right there. Adam Shake, I've actually met him at Gamescom a couple of years ago. He's a really nice guy. And we're going to send the rare stuff to the transfer list, and all those position cards and all of the fitness will just stay in the club, and any duplicates will also, of course, go up onto the transfer list too. Next one, we don't get big players again, and we get Giuliano, who's a great player and all that, but he's not the sort of player you're hoping to come out of your pack. So again, I was a little bit miffed, a little bit, this is not great. I've just spent some time doing this, about like 40 minutes getting all these players bought and squads done and stuff, and we're not really getting much. And then the prime pack is small flares as well. We do get Cuadrado, who's a decent player to get. He'll sell on for at least like 3,000 coins or something. But again, it's not someone that's really going to help increase and like majorly profit from this SBC. And right now, with the players we're getting here, it's kind of looking like we might just about break even. And then the 50k pack, we get small flares again. But the saving grace is that it is Kante, who is a player that I recently packed actually, and he's like 12,500 coins. So that's good. I can sell this one. Last time I switched them because I had an 81 Kante that I'd used for loads and loads of games, and I brought the new 83 into my main team. You know, he literally does feature in my main squad. So packing a duplicate Kante is very beneficial. And as you can see here, we've sold a whole bunch of stuff on for their current market value, and we're up to 88.5k. So we're 1.5k up in profit from what we started with. And there's still a bunch of stuff like trying to sell. So actually it was that Kante that really helped push us over to break-even point, or even slightly into profit. And if you think about the amount of contracts, fitness cards and stuff that I've now extra got in the club, we're definitely in profit from this SBC, which is great. So yeah, that's good. We're up to, you know, around that 90k mark again. I actually started this episode with slightly more than 90k, but it cost me a bit to get the Kante and the Ali, and you don't get any reward packs for them. You just get a 5-game loan of both of those players. So we go into our first game of the daily knockout tournament. Now this is going to be the only episode, or the only gameplay in this episode. We'll play this extended highlights of this game, and this guy was good. Now obviously I'm showing you exactly what I do with my team. You guys know it by now if you are a fan of the Road to Glory and you watch every episode. I switch the formation, put Kante at CDM, Ali and Tolisso as my midfielders, with Heung-min Son moving up to a central attacking midfielder, and then we're playing that crazy Lacazette and also my favourite, Fekir, up front. So it was a difficult, very, very difficult match. This guy was good. He was obviously a Bradford City supporter. He's got Bradford City in his gamer tag. He's wearing the kits. He's got the badge. He obviously likes a bit of Bradford City. And I pushed into his box once or twice. Wasn't able to get anything from that. From this particular corner, he knocks it in with Muller straight into Courtois' hands. Luckily, he was having an alright game for me right there. Fekir holds the ball up nicely, plays it to Tolisso, who's into Lacazette, back to Fekir, and that's a really, really well-worked goal. There wasn't much space to play around with in that situation, so I'm very happy that he's come away with a goal there. It's you know, just a low-driven sort of P-roller into the back of the net, but it's Fekir once again. You know the man is always in great space, and that's a good ball through from Lacazette, and even a finish on his weak foot that time, and it's not a great weak foot, to be honest. But at half-time, you can see we're probably getting slightly lucky. We're 1-0 up, we've had less possession, and my opponents had more shots on goal. But there was a lot of play around the middle of the park, and neither team had really had loads and loads of attempts. He pushes the ball off me here, was really good at like bringing that pressure and closing me down and intercepting the play, and then going on counter-attacks. And you're seeing him bottle quite a few chances here, but it's really putting me on edge because we're only 1-0 up, and a goal from Muller right there would obviously even things out, probably give him a bit of a motivational, you know, put him in the driving seat type thing. Renato Sanchez plays it to Chicharito, but a great save from Courtois, and even though that ball was fizzed across the line, he still didn't somehow manage to stick that one in the back of the net. So at this point in time, I'm on the back foot, and I need to make some changes. So I bring on Manolas, Cyprian, and Dembele. We're going to leave the front three as it is. Really start to get some like 3 energetic players, 2 in the midfield and 1 in defence. And well, kind of straight away from that, we push it up to Fekir here, and I spot Lacazette at the back post. Now I'm not necessarily proud of that I just did that little bit of a sweaty goal. But people do it to me all the time, and in a really tense situation like this game was, it was a necessity. Ideally, I would have low-drivened it with Fekir, but I took a wrong touch, and his sprint was a little bit wrong, and I think the goalkeeper would have definitely saved it. So, yeah, that's why you got to play that that, what did Japes used to call it? Like a smart pass or something like that through. And then somehow we even get a third goal in this game. Heung-min Son, like, just slides it in past the goalkeeper after some passing play. All I was doing was basically holding the ball in his half for the rest of the game, just so that I could not concede. If I lose possession, I'm likely to concede a goal, and it just so happens that a chance opened up and we took it, and that's great because now we're 3-0 up and I'm just not worried for the rest of this game. He can have chances like this with his substitute Quincy Promes, and it's not going to matter because 3-0 is the final result, and we do make it through the first round. Thank God for that. That was a tough game, and this wide 4-1-2-1-2 seems to be doing me in a little bit at the moment, and he was a FUT founder. I could just feel that he was like someone that's played a lot of FUT because he was a very, very competent player, and well, I don't know how we got a 3-0 win. It definitely does not reflect the game that was played. That could have gone either way. I reckon if I'd have been the first to concede, I would have lost that game quite heavily. So we're through the first round. Now, I'm going to make sure that I upload the next episode for you guys tomorrow so that you can see the rest of our tourney run. Hopefully, we can get through all the way to the final, win the final, and then once again, I will be, I will have access to the weekend league, and if I do get a chance, then I'll play a few games, try and get that 5 wins. I'm pretty sure, in terms of monthly rewards, we were at something like 18 wins for the month. You know, I don't play often, you know that. Which actually brings me up from like bronze 3 to bronze 2 or bronze 1 or something, and I think with the new tiered structure I might get more than one bronze player, so that's quite interesting. See what happens there, but I'm not too sure what the reward tiers are like. If you have enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to smash that thumbs up on the video. It really means a lot to me, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Very, very close now to 300,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.